Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Arsalan and today we are on day 6 of building the problem solving skills with the help of Python. Now we are using Boolean data type to do so. So if you are very new to this channel, let me give you a very brief introduction of what this playlist is all about. So in this playlist, we have been building problem solving skills with the help of Boolean data types. We have already covered integers data type and also covered string data types in our previous tutorials. Now we are on Boolean data types to do our to make our problem solving skills developed, and there is a question which we will be doing on day 6. And just before starting to solve this question, please do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button and bookmark the playlist so that you can get the updates from the channel. Now let's start solving this question. So question says, write a Python program that stimulates user authentication. It should ask the user for a username and a password, and if the provided credential match predefined values, it should return true and successful for successful authentication, otherwise false. So I suppose that this question you can also solve on it on your own, and it is not a problem that if you are not able to solve this question, but please give it a try before I start solving this question. So I suppose that you'd write this question on your own and then you are just watching my tutorial. So let's start solving this question. So first of all, we have to create two input variables that would ask, and that would be asked from the user. So first of all, it's a username and the second is the password. Now it's basically we are creating a user authentication which stimulates basically user authentication. So what we will be doing, we will be creating two variables that will be username input, enter your username, enter your username. Now this username could be anything. So I will be also putting a line break here so that when the output will be asked, it should be on the second line. Now the second variable will be my password. So password will be again the same thing. So we will be asking enter your password, and then again I will be doing the same thing with the line break here. Now these two variables I have to check whether they are meeting the predefined values or not. Now this is username, this is password, and this will be your password, this will be your username, and this will be your password. Now we have to check it with a function whether they have input the value which is correct or not. Now we can just create a function called user authentication. Now I can just say your password and your email, your email or it was your username. So we can just put your email instead of your username, and here also instead of username we can just put email, enter your email, because I just want to put email and password instead of username and password. So now we have two variables, now your password and your email. Now what our idea here will be, the email will be any email. Let's say it's it can be dynamic also. Right now it's a dynamic value. Now if you want to make it a static value initially, you can also do it. What we will be doing here is we will be checking your password with this password and your email with this email. Now we will be checking it with a function, of course, but before I do it, let's just make it more readable first of all, so that you should understand what we're doing exactly. Now I will be creating what right now I'll be creating static values. So let's say I have a variable here as string value of email as any random value. Let's say I have an email as arsalan@gmail.com. This is my email here. Now second thing, my password, again I will be removing this whole part from here and I will be putting it like this, and I will be putting password, any password value. Let's say I have a password as what I can put AR and 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 5 and hash. something like this, and 12. Now this is my password, and I have put any random value. So AR1234 5 hash 12, this is my password here, this is my email. Now we have to check your password. Now this is my user authentication function, and this function will be checking whether this email and your email is matching, and your password and password is matching. If both of them matching, he will be returning the boolean value as true, and if one of them is not, if either one of them is not matching, then also will be returning false, because we have to check that both of them should match with the email and password which we have defined before the function. So now let's write the logic here. So first of all, let's write if condition here. If I will be saying that if your password is equals to password, your password is equals to password, and your email is equals to email. Now return true for those values. Return true, else return false for all the condition which are not satisfying this condition. Now return false, and then we can just try it that whether we have done it correctly or not. So we can just print the function with some parameters here, user authentication. Now let's just try some values here. Let's say we have password. Your password has, so your password, let's just take password first, then we can just put email here. However, it will not affect anything. It's just like I have taken first as password, so I just want to keep it like this. So I have put your email is equals to email. So it's instead of this, I should be your password. Your password is equals to your password, and your email is equals to your email. So sorry for creating any confusion if I have created so this is your password is equals to password, and your email is equals to email. Return true. Now let's just check for it. So I have a password here is let's just take exact value which I have taken here, and just let's just copy and paste it here, and also take the email same as I have previously taken. Now email is like this, or you can also copy paste it, but I do not want to do it. Means you can just directly pass the variables here like password and email here. Now I do not want to do it right now, I will be doing it, but before I do that, let's just understand this, and then I can also do that as well. Now what I will be doing here is I will be printing this and running this code, so that you should know what we are getting exactly. What we are getting true, which means that our user has been successfully logged in, or this is the correct username or password. Now if I take wrong values, which are not inside that, so let's just change the password. I have just only changed the password which is not matching with my password which I have defined initially. So let's just do that. Let's just do that, and let's just run the code, and you can see that we are getting false as our answer, which means that you are not logged in. Now I suppose that you have understood this question. What we did here, we did a simple thing here, that we have checked that your password should match the password which was defined before the function, and also match the email which we have defined before the function. Now let's just remove these two values and take those dynamic values, because I do not want only one. I do not want it for only one password or one email. I want for multiple users. So I will be taking email and password, so it could be different for anyone. So I hope you have understood this. Now what we can do here is, we will be checking whether your password is equals to your email and your email is equals to email. So instead of this, what we can do here is, it will be taking input from email and password. It will be taking input from the user, which is email and password. Okay, so what we can do here is, when we run this code, when we will be running this code, what it will be checking, taking the input from the user. So let's run this code. You can say it's asking from the email, for the email. So let's say we have an email as arsalan@gmail.com, and password is I do not remember exactly. So let's just try it whether we are getting it or not. 8234 hash 12. So it is saying false false, which means that we are getting a wrong value. So it is not matching. Now let's just try with a value which should match. So let's say I have a password as AR1245, and let's make it easy. Let's make an easier password which we can remember, AR1234. So this is my password. Now let's check it for the first one whether we are getting correct or not, and second one we should be passing as a false value. So let's say we have a email as arsalan@gmail.com. This will be matching arsalan@gmail.com. Second is my password. So second password was AR1234. So you can see that it is passing, it is giving me true, which means you have been successfully logged in. And for second one, it is saying as false value because it is not matching for the second one. All right, so second one is a wrong value, so that's why it is doing so. You can also do it like this, that if you want to take these two values also dynamic values, like the password is password, means you can also change it like taking dynamic value, creating new variables here, that your password will be here, like you can create your password is equals to this. Means I'm just giving you a hint, a idea, not a hint, idea, that you can also do it like this. Instead of taking its static value, you can just do it also with a dynamic value here, and your password, and it will be your email. Let's just copy this whole code here and paste it here, and instead of this I can just pass your email. And now what we'll be checking here is, we'll be just checking that this password, this email should match this. Now we can just, instead of this, we can pass your password here and your email here. Now it will be taking 4 variables in the terminal. Now it will be taking four input from the user in the terminal. Let's just copy paste this value as well, so that I can show it to you what I mean exactly. Copy paste. Now I have copy paste all of these values. First of all, I will be just commenting the last one, last printed value, and then I will be just doing it for one only, so that we can check it for one, that is it is working fine or not. Now we have an email here. Let's just write an email here, that is, I said, let's suppose it is arsalan@gmail.com, again gmail.com. Now second password, so let's say I have a password as arsalan here. Now it is asking you enter your password, so arsalan@gmail.com. Now this password is not the function password, it is the password, it is a function password for verification. So enter your password and enter email is enter your password and enter your email. So I have done it wrong, that first of all I have taken password, so I will be taking first as an email here. Now it was not a wrong value, but let's just make it in a hierarchy, that first of all it will be taking email, and second it will be taking password, your email, your password. Now instead of taking your enter your email, verify your email, it will be looking more correct. Verify your email. This will be looking more readable. And enter your email, let's say I have arsalan@gmail.com, and I will be having enter your password. So let's say I have arsalan as a password. Now we have to do it for verification, arsalan@gmail.com, and we have a password as arsalan. So see, it is giving me true value because all the values are matching. So this was a this was not asked actually in the question, but I am just showing it to you. uh, so I suppose that you have understood this question, guys, and I really think that you enjoyed solving this question too. If you are liking this tutorial and you think that this playlist is really helping you a lot, so please guys do subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, press the bell icon button, and do share it with your friends so that they can also get benefit from the playlist. Thank you guys for watching this video and see you next time.